Hello everybody, Stefan here again, and you know me, it's very rare that I get games close to launch. I have so many games on so many consoles, and I'm into collecting movies and things that it just doesn't seem reasonable for me to spend $50, $60 or more for a game to sit on my shelf for a year or two before I finally get to it. It has to be something special normally, like Shenmue 3 coming out, or a new Xenoblade, for me to get a game right around launch or even pre-order. I made an exception this time thanks to one of the greatest marketing tools I've ever seen, the insanely long Dragon Quest XI demo on Switch. I ended up buying it recently just because of that demo. For an RPG this really works. For shorter games this wouldn't quite work, but the demo is basically just the first 10 hours or so, depending on how much time you take, of the game. Really no difference aside from the fact that you can't access the switch to the 2D mode or whatever, but there's no change. You just go continue on from that save file right through the game. It's amazing, and it really works for an RPG, and the reason why it sold me on the game, I went ahead and ordered it right when I finished the demo. I was just shy of 8 hours when I reached the end, and it's like, wow, I'm way too invested in this world and story and put too much time to not go and get it at that point. I didn't realize when I downloaded the demo, I wanted to give it a try and see if I wanted to play it. I didn't realize how long it was. I just kept going and going, and I kept getting more and more into it, and once you reach 8, 9, 10 hours or more, depending on your play style, into a game, how could you not go ahead and get it? I mean, I was thinking it was going to be an hour or two, and if I wanted it, okay, maybe I'll get it next year at some point, 2020, before the end of the year once the price goes down. Hey, I was way too invested by the end of that demo. It's like, I'm really into this, and I can continue right from that save point. I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. And I wonder, I'm actually very curious, there's no real way to figure this out, but I'm curious on, what percentage of its sales during its first couple of months on shelves were, and even like digital purchases, were really from people that maybe weren't going to get it right away, but had that same experience where like, man, I put more time into this demo than I do in some action games or some platformers already. I'm too invested. I just got to grab it. I wouldn't be surprised if the digital sales got a big boost from people like, wow, I reached the end of the demo. Let me just go to the eShop and just continue my adventure tonight. It's a Saturday night, just keep going. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people did that. But yeah, so far this is a fantastic game. Yeah, I'm now about 15 hours or so into it, maybe closer to 16. Really loving it so far. I mean, already at this point, I think it's one of my favorite games in the series. I'm not a massive Dragon Quest fan. I like it. I love the Akira Toriyama art style. I love the classic feel. Even in some of the newer ones, there's so many classic elements in this, that so many elements that are reminiscent of, I played the original on NES, and there are certain things that haven't changed since then. But at the same time, it never feels outdated. It just feels like a very, very classic JRPG experience. Yeah, I really like Dragon Quest, but I've never been a massive fan. I definitely was more into Final Fantasy back in the day, more into the Tales series and Shin Tensei and things like that, but and Arc the Lad and things like that. But Dragon Quest, I have liked throughout the years. Already at this point, I'd say it's probably my second favorite in the series, even just 15, 16 hours in, behind 8. I don't know if it's going to surpass 8 or not. There's a lot more to this game to go through, hours and hours and hours. We will see, but yeah, so far I'm absolutely loving it. And if you've been kind of on the fence, I think the demo is still up there. Check it out, but be forewarned that you'll probably end up buying it just by playing that demo. That was such a great marketing tool that I bet worked for a lot of people. Great game so far, and I bet I'll be on here talking about it later once I beat it, or towards the end of the year when I talk about my favorite games that I played throughout the year, because this is definitely going to be on it. Really liking it so far. Great Dragon Quest game, and again, already one of my favorites just this far into the game.